Good morning, family. Welcome to today's Lessons for Life. Today is Wednesday, November 11, 2009. Today we're reading in Ezra Chapter 5. And as always, I encourage you to read these chapters through for yourself, see what you get from it. Email us and we'll put it on the blog. But remember, they had to, from the last chapter, they have to kind of hold up from building the temple. And I still don't like how, they're subject to someone else, and they have to really answer questions to them while they're supposed to be building the temple of the house of the Lord. But that's what it is right now. So they get questioned from the rulers that they're subject to, really. And one lesson that I want to share with you, like as we read these chapters, like I said, there's things that we can learn just that we can apply to everyday living. And it's not necessarily like a quote-unquote religious lesson, but it's just a lesson that we need to know in terms of life. As they are explaining to the ruler how they came about building, how they began building the temple, and whose order, because remember it was the original king of Persia that had really instructed them or allowed them or told them to rebuild the house of the Lord, and even gave them the different things that they had originally taken out of there. But a lesson that we can get from this is when you have an agreement with someone, you want to make sure there's some kind of a document. Well, many times they're saying you should make sure there's some kind of a documentation to back up what you're saying, because I guess back in days they used to just be able to do things on word, but after a while you need to have something to prove or to show that it is as you said it was, or the agreement was as you originally said it was to be. So it's good to have things written on paper many times in regards to an agreement, because over time things or understandings or perception might change. So when you have it on paper, then we can look back, or there's something to reference back to see, well, what was the original agreement? What was the original setup? So as we see even here, they're referring back to the original king of Persia that had allowed for them to do this. But this just brought up this lesson that I said I wanted to share with you, which is, like I said, it's just an everyday lesson, because as we read the scriptures, there's spiritual lessons, religious lessons we can get from reading, but then there's just everyday living lessons, and that's what I wanted to share with you for today. So with that, create yourself a wonderfully blessed day today, and we'll talk again tomorrow.